Okay, here in this section, when you pass arrays to methods, you can do that. We talked about methods in the previous section. Okay, so now let's say that I want to basically calculate my sum, right? So here, for example, let's look at this guy. So we're gonna pass an array to um, to this method in order to do my calculations, right? So here we know that this is a void method. That's the name of my method. Here, instead of passing a single value, I'm just passing an array, okay? And then here you can see that my here in the column of my method, I just send my array. So let's do the same here for my case. So let's say that I want to now create a method to basically sum all my values, right? Because this is something that I'm going to reuse many times. Okay, so you can say here the double sum of array, right? That's basically the result that I'm getting is going to be equal to um, basically add my values, okay? And then here, just basically going to use temp days for that. Okay. So technically, I need an array that's going to return a single value, and that will be the sum of all my arrays. And actually, we can just expand and say average of array, same deal. So here I can say average of my values, right? That's what I want. Okay. Because this here will be inside my method. Okay, so now if I double click here, it's gonna tell me I don't have a method, average of my values. I'm gonna click in this guy, I'm gonna create a method, which is gonna be down here. So notice that now my method is gonna accept an array. It's gonna call temp day. So far it's returning a 0. Okay, so now I can take my function, which is this. I'm gonna cut this, move that inside my array. Okay, and then here, well, number of days is not declared, so you can actually pass that value if you want. So let's just here average of my values, and then I'm gonna say also I'm gonna pass number of days. Okay, so now here in my method, in my arguments, I'm also getting an integer called number of days. Right, so now I have two arguments, number, small b. Okay, and now here I just need to return this value, average temperature, okay, instead of returning a 0. Okay, so now I have my method that will get an array and basically the number of days, okay, and then get that. You can either pass that value, or actually a much better way is just to get rid of this, and then here instead of getting number of days, you can get the length of the array, right? Pretty much the same deal. Okay, so that's an extra value to pass. Let's get rid of this guy. We don't need to pass it, right? So you can go either way. And then here, average temperature. We don't need that anymore. So now we're getting the average of the array, right? Something flexible. So now I just create a function that will just calculate the average value of any array. Just happens to be temperatures. Okay. Now I'm just gonna run this. 3 points, 45.5, 55.5, 50.1, and then my average works, still the same. Okay. Here I just return a single value. If you happen to return an array, you can do that, right? So here by just changing this to an array, the only thing that you need to do is just match here that you're getting an array back, right? So this will need to be an array. Okay, so that's the only thing, but you can do that too. You can also return arrays.